Alright, welcome back to my videos. This is going to be Sofia First WTF Moments, episode 26, season 2, Buttercup Amber. Wait. Script. Buttercup Amber? Amber's not Buttercup. Why would she join Sofia's Buttercup troop? Is there a Buttercup for Royal? No, it wouldn't be called that. It would be called something else. The Butter Princess. You know what? We're just going to move on because we're moving on. Roll the intro. I was a girl in the village of June. Alright, they became princess overnight and I got to figure out how to do it right. So much to learn and see up in the castle with my new family. In a school that's just for royalty, a whole enchanted world is waiting for me. It's going to be my time to show them that I'm Sofia the First. So, yeah, in my car. I'm super busy today. So anyways, they're looking at the stars. And Amber said, I wish you could stare at the stars all night. Just a few more minutes, please. But Roland said when they were younger, they got star stones and they put them up around the ceiling. And then Roland was telling them that and said they can be found at Star Rock Hill because there were star stones, and he explained that there are stones that look like stars. So Sofia says, "Oh, my Buttercup troop is going on a overnight hike to Swamp Rock Hill," and Amber says, "Oh, you can bring some back for me." And they say, "Why don't you go with the Buttercups?" And students spending too much time in the palace, cooped up, decorating parasols and hosting tea parties. And she goes, "Princess, it's what we do." And Sofia said, "We also ride flying carpet, train flying carpets, and rescue princesses, remember?" She says, "Remember, I'm getting tired just thinking about it." And now I'm getting tired out looking at those stairs. That just looks like hell to me. I'm not a good walker. I used to love hikes. I did when I was younger and I could walk. But I'm still young. I'm having trouble with my walking, so no. I would love to go on a hike, I just can't make it on a hike. So, Amber sent me indoor princess and said, "But you should come. If I go for a star stone, so I'll make an outdoor princess of you yet." So they come there and then Amber came with a beautiful gown. I'm not gonna lie, it is beautiful, but said, "Didn't Mom tell you to dress for outdoors?" I did. See all the leaves? That's not what that means, but okay. She told Kurt Tossie's mother, said, "Hey, dress for friend and mate day." He came as Captain Jack Sparrow. So, yeah, that's okay, but not for the woods. So she told her that might be hard on gowns, and said, "How about a new Buttercup uniform?" "Oh, no thanks, I'm good." Amber's not this is why it's called Buttercup Amber, because she's going with the troop. And she goes, "Well, thanks, but I'm not Buttercup." And said, "I got everything I need." Suzette, Violet, and Suzanne, they're carrying this big luggage. I think I gotta hike with that thing. Some of those people are gonna have AS when this is over. Oh no, she says no insurance without the trip, and you can only bring what you can carry. So I put everything right here. So I say perfume. Just because we're in the smells bed doesn't mean I have to. Jewelry. It said one must always know how to accessorize. How many gowns do you need? One for every occasion. And she goes, "I need to make some room." I have no idea what this thing is. I hope that wasn't important, whatever that was. It would be really bad if that was the tent and now she's got no tent to sleep in. That'd be bad. It's probably not that. I've never seen a tent that looks like that. And, Buttercups are Girl Scouts. They probably have to, put the tents with those. They probably don't pop open. This looks like a pop open deal. I've never been a Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts troop, but I doubt that they pop. Maybe some troops have pop open. I don't know. So, anyways, they get to walk in. Amber goes, "Where's the coach?" "We're walking the whole way." Amber, Sofia said it's an overnight hike. So Ruby and Joe are trying to see a swamp monster, and they're looking for it. And Amber's afraid of it, and she gets her heel stuck on a rock and broken. "Oh, my favorite princess shoes." So I said, "I can help with that. Here." So what? they're boots. They said, oh, princesses don't wear boots. And Sophia said, I do. She lifted her dress a little bit, and Sophia said, I do. Amber said, they clutched my gown. Anything else I might ever wear? Now, if you wore a Buttercup uniform like Miss Hanshaw suggested, Amber. People that see this thumbnail are going to be like, so Amber's not becoming a Buttercup? So anyway, she puts on the boots and said, here, Buttercups always help each other. I'm sure they should, but I'm not. Well, if I get lost there, here, take a treble whistle. This is, but if you have an emergency, Buttercups will come running. Sophia, don't give that to Amber. Some things that she thinks are emergencies are not going to be in. Here we go. We're on your boots. What's the emergency? I'm wearing boots. And Sophia says, Amber, that's not an emergency. Well, it is to me. No, it's not. What's wrong with boots? Boots are cool, Amber. I don't like wearing boots myself. I don't ever wear boots. I wear nice, comfortable Crocs. They're easy to put on and get off, and they're comfortable. And yes, I've heard that, people wear that in jail. There are orange ones. These are black. I've never had a pair of orange. Do I want them? Yeah, because I won't own every color of Croc under the rainbow. And unfortunately, even though they're jail Crocs, the orange ones are part of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv is the acronym to remember that. Yellow, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, violet. Oh, wait, Roy G. Biv. Sorry. I always get that Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv always throws me off a little bit. So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Biv. That's how you can remember it. That one throws me off at the ending. That throws me off when it gets to green. I always think it's blue before green. It's not. So anyways, they keep hearing, oh, it sounds like Mossy. They said, maybe he's close by. It sounds like a woman. Oh, look who it is, the Jolly Green Giant. It's a swamp monster, but she's always hiding behind the bushes. I've said before, that's creepy and you shouldn't do that. So anyways, Amber changes her gown, and Sophia said, Amber, try this with us. Try this fruit. We have to climb the tree to get. I just changed my dress. Well, at least try a float fruit. Mm-hmm. So there's a skunk. It sprayed her. It just, how about that with the trouble whistle? I mean, that's an emergency right there. I said, calm down. So just take a breath of air. Why would I do that? I agree and said, trust me, you'll help. Hey, I smell good. Amber likes stinky skunk smell. Oh no. Shit's a sweet skunk. They smell like lavender. It even has like purple on its back instead of white and says, oh, I've never seen one because you only find it out here in a while. And it's flowing with fruit. She rubs her hands over and goes, I didn't supposed to even my perfume. Okay, those two statements are false. There is no such thing as a sweet skunk. I've looked that up. That's complete. That is complete bull right there. It's not real. Now, perfume. Smells better? If there was a skunk like that, it would, because back then the girls made like flowers and animal scent was something that the perfumes were made of back then. I don't think perfume smells as good as it does now back then. Maybe it did. And it was more for the royalty. Amber showing off her status. Moving on. So anyways, Ruby and Jade, we're saying maybe here's Mossy. It says, Jade, Ruby are excited, but we gotta sit together. You're not her mom! Sorry, Miss Hanshaw. Sorry, Mom. Oh my god, that Ruby has to call Mom. Oh no, Miss Hanshaw is Ruby's mom. Then yeah, you have to listen to her. Never mind, moving on. I just had to do that joke. So anyways, Amber, they there and said, here's where we're gonna sleep. Right here? Where's the fair mattress? The harp is to sing me a lullaby. And Megan Peck said, we can sing you a lullaby. Rock. Goodbye, Amber. Please stop. So Amber said, you'll get tents. And they are the pop-up tents. That was exactly what she left. Said, come on, Amber, how do you pitch your tent? I think I left mine behind so I can pack extra gowns. Oh, Amber's going to sleep outside this time. I mean, and not in a tent. Oh no, Sophia, you just have to do what Buttercups do. Improvise. Improvise. Make do whatever you can find. So I have some gowns here, some hairpins. Sounds like you got everything you need to make a tent. And before this, Sophia says, "Come on, we're gonna be camping soon. Camping's like a sleepover? Sort of, but better. I agree. I know, I have some medication that needs to be kept cold and some medical devices. I do. That require electricity. But I usually take campsites that have electricity for that reason right there. It is still camping. I don't have an RV, not looking to buy one. That's why. I'm just not looking to buy one. I take RV spots, or at Lake Merida, I camp at Fridge Fortress, which is right back to the bathrooms. That does have electricity. And some cars can have electricity. If need be, I don't have a converter. I had one and it didn't work. Fortunately, it was for my dad's camping trip, and he plugged his oxygen and his CPAP in at the restroom. But it's not a bad idea. I mean, he had a huge extension cord. But still, I mean, there's electricity there. Now, for camping up Mount Everest, it might be a problem, and I don't like to get the cold and get sick, so I wouldn't even count up on Mount Everest. Take a freaking helicopter to the top. And say, I've reached the summit, what of you? And then go back down before I freeze to death. I would do that. Or Mount Kilimanjaro. I understand Miss Doubtfire said, you all don't want that. You want to be Kilimanjaro on your first date. I understand where that comes from. You know what? I also don't want to know. So anyways, they were all, she goes, when you discover you don't have what you need, don't give up and sleep out in the weeds. There's still time to work things out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So sharing, ribbons, hairpins, and, Jade grabs a gown, and Jade grabs the one that she wore on her. Ruby grabs a gown, and Jade grabs the one she wore when she was at the ball in the first movie. And Megan Peg grab Amber's panties, and she just takes them and hides them. Oh God, that's embarrassing. Why did you even bring that, Amber? Why did you bring that? I mean, yes, if I stay at a hotel, I'm going to bring that, but not when I'm camping. If I'm camping for a full week, yeah, but I'm not going to bring a new change of clothes if I'm going to stay for one day. And Amber got clothes for an entire month. Yeah, I bring an extra bag, but that's because of my medication. Not that I have extra clothes in there. I might have a set of jammies at night, but not freaking month of worth of clothes. And how does it all fit in that backpack? How big is the dang tent? And how big is this backpack, too? So I'm wondering. Amber, I just wondering, now I realize she always wears heels. And that heavy backpack, Amber's gonna have back problems real soon. And even more with those heels on. Amber, don't worry. If you ever need help, call me and I'll tell you, go see Dr. Ryan Ekman at Troy Chiropractic. Best chiropractor in Lincoln County. You see why he's voted People's Awards. I will actually put his commercial down in the description below with his son, Dr. Tyler Ekman. I call him Dr. Ekman Jr. and Dr. Ekman Sr. As he's a senior. They told me I'm not a senior or a senior. He's the dad. I don't like using first names, that's why. But anyways, so, Amber is trying to say, I think I'm starting to understand. I'm going to use what I've got on hand. With ribbons, hairpins, gowns of gold. I'll keep myself out of the cold. All I had to do was improvise. And she pulls out this big tent with lights. I mean, dang. Amber's not camping. She's glamping, I think is what it's called. Glamping, I think is the name of it. Glamour camping. It smells like perfume. Sophia, perfume did not smell that good back then. So no, sweet skunk. So she gives her a badge and says, you make a good Buttercup if you want to join. So whenever you got your first badge. I said, I think I'll put on later. And she smiled when she saw it. So anyway, Sophia was, making s'mores for Amber and said, Amber, now that we're camping out, you got your wish. You can look at the stars all night. And so Amber knows so much about the stars. And everyone wants to sit next to Amber. So he said, okay, you see that constellation there? The 5 stars, that's the Pegasus constellation. Or the unicorn constellation. So I see it. Tell us more. Okay, you see that star to the unicorn? That's Amberia Major, the star I discovered. I told you it was going to be a big thing here in a little bit. So, Amber's having a good time. So, we're looking for the star stones, and Amber falls in mud. She goes, oh, cheer up, Buttercup. I am not Buttercup. I'm going home. And so, Amber, you having a good time last night? Well, I'm not now. So, she got a towel and laughed and said, Princess Amber, so I'll bring her back. Said, first I'll take you the ugliest bubble bath ever, and now I'll take you another one. The night before. Okay. So goes, Amber, you can't just leave. Oh, yeah, well, watch me. And anyways, Ruby and Jade say, see, it's Mossy, a swamp monster. Just, they thought it was a swamp monster. And Amber said, it looked like a swamp monster. They said, Amber's look anything like a swamp monster. How would you know? Because he's right there. And, they fall. And so, yeah, I tell you, Chuck, run off. Sorry. And we don't stick to, so we saw Mossy. So when we got excited, we'll get excited. One thing that we don't stick to our bad things happen. Whoa! It's too slippery to climb up. Like getting stuck in a bog. Well, said the Buttercups, you're in danger. You go back if you want. You can help my friends. Tell it like a boss, Sophia. So Amber comes back and says, you're my friends too. Said, I got an idea. We both need to jump that mud. Oh no. Amber, a little bit of dirt is no big deal. You can always wash off later. Isn't having your friends more important? Fine. There's only one thing can scare a swamp monster. What's that? An even bigger one. Roar! Roar! And so he's not scared. Roar! Don't hurt Mossy. Mossy bruises quite easily. Mossy is more fragile than Mossy looks. They said, it's not he, it's a she, and we frightened her. So we're not monsters, we're people. People frighten Mossy most terribly, always chasing Mossy. So Amber was there, and so we just can't find some star stones. Star stones, did you say? I have a lot right here. And since you like jewelry, huh? I'll handle this, Sophia. I think you've never tried a tiara, so they're trying to help them, and said, oh, that's far too slippery to climb up, but if Mossy had a rope, Mossy could pull them out. Sophia said, you can tie up Moss in the rope. Amber said, how? Making rope is kind of braiding hair. Oh, well, let me at it. Amber knows how to braid hair? She never has braids. I don't know how to braid hair. You're like, Jordy, I've seen you braiding something. Yes, my mom does that. I had no clue how to do it. So anyways, Mossy said, ooh, Mossy's not impressed with your rope making abilities. So they pull them out, and they go, Mossy! And they start getting their notepads, and goes, oh! And said, you're taking your drawing your picture. Is that what people really pursue, Mossy? Yeah, see here. Said, oh, well, it does look cool. So you can keep them. We only need one. So she shows them where the star stones are. And they really do look like stars. And she goes, bye, Mossy. She goes, farewell, Buttercups. Sophia said, Amber, your gown's pretty dirty. Don't you want to change before we go? Oh, Sophia said a little bit of dirt. And she's saying that Mossy's jewelry is very fashionable, And said, but a costume change might be in order. That's the one in the thumbnail. So, I don't know how Amber got all that mud cleaned off her. But she comes in the Buttercup uniform. And, so Amber becomes a Buttercup. And this is when she starts changing from the pampered, spoiled little princess to actually being a girl that's kind of, she's rich. She's got the royal stats, but she cares about people, and a lot better. I said, you're right, Sophia, I am an outdoor princess. Ah, there we go. Buttercup's going home. And that's it for us for first of YouTube Moments, Season 2, Episode 26, Buttercup Amber. This is your tributary, Liam Shale. Don't forget to use code AC when you feel sports channel. Check out Sports Content. But until next time, then, I'm Andrew Morrison. We don't talk about Bruno. No. We don't talk about Bruno. Bye, and I'll see you in the next video. And I have some videos coming out for Palm Sunday, the Last Supper, Good Friday, Saturday Glory, Easter Sunday, and Easter Monday. But those will not be done until Easter, Palm Sunday, and then the Easter weekend. But until next time, then, bye.